Hi everyone. Finally, after some long time dealing with podcasts and interviews, I'm finally back to my videos and what I've been doing for some long time. In today's video, I'm going to talk about something that a lot of teachers may have been facing since they started teaching. I'm sure a lot of people heard or have heard about the term native speakerism, which says or suggests that native speakers of any language are 100% best teachers or the best people who can help you speak a language. I'm not talking about a certain language, I'm talking about languages in general. And I'm not here to discuss how good this theory is or how bad, because it's all over the internet. You can just Google it and you'll have plenty of videos or articles about native speakerism. So it's not my topic for today. My topic for today is actually the difference between the native speaker only and the native speaker as a teacher. What are the differences and which one is better? This is my focus area for today's video. So let's kick off. First strong or disastrous idea is the theory that suggests that we don't speak, or a lot of people don't actually speak the language well because as kids or teenagers or when they were at school, they were not taught the language by a native speaker. And it's something that I personally have witnessed. Many other colleagues witnessed that as well. During one meeting, people said that, yeah, nowadays you have a problem with producing some sounds or not speaking fluently like a native speaker because as we were kids or students, we had local teachers. And as a result, today we cannot produce a fluent language or a language which is as fluent as the language which is produced by native speakers. Now, what's terrifying is not to have this idea as just possession of this idea. The disaster, the horrific disaster, is that those so-called teachers, because it was teachers' meeting, those so-called teachers will be teaching and giving advice to other people. People would come to them, ask for help, ask for advice. So you can imagine the outcome of, again, these so-called teachers. You can imagine the outcome of their students. It's something which I would call I would describe as the blind leading the blind. Because if the teacher, again, from the very beginning is not on the right path, so how is he or she supposed to help students with their language learning? Now, moving to the next point. Does that mean that native speakers don't help at all, or speaking to them, attending their speaking clubs is useless? No, I never say that. But the thing is, the native speaker will show you how a vowel sounds, but he will not or she will not teach you how to produce this sound. For example, let's take this sound as an example. Th and the. These two sounds don't exist in all languages. For example, these sounds don't exist in the Russian language or in the German language. And so when an adult comes to you and they say, I think there is a problem. is very common because a lot of people have this problem. They cannot produce this sound. Now, I can tell them, as a native speaker, we don't say there is, we say there is. Or we don't say I think, I think. Now, I can repeat these sounds for 2 centuries. I think, there is, think, there, and again, and again, and again. I'm not teaching the person how to produce this sound. I'm teaching the person how it sounds. It's receptive. It's a receptive skill. It sounds like that. The problem is, or not the next step is teaching him or her how to produce this sound. As a native speaker, I know how it sounds because I'm not a native speaker, but I'm just explaining the point. As a native speaker, I know how it sounds. But the next step is teaching you how to produce this sound. Once more, this is not only about English. There are a lot of languages that have different sounds. In German, there are some sounds. In French, there are some sounds that don't exist in English. So I'm not focusing only on English. Like it's a problem with almost every language, or with almost all languages. Now, there is a video I would like to share with you. It was a conference for Adrian Underhill. Everyone who is into linguistics and teaching will definitely know this person. A video I recorded myself in Kiev, in Ukraine, in the autumn of 2019. Now, I'll show the video, and it's about 3 minutes. I'll show the video, and then I'm going to ask you a question. Let's watch it together.
Okay. And high, and low, and wavy. Now, that's this one here. Say it again. Please notice I am not saying the sounds. I'm using physicality, and what my students, while you are perfect, my students will have some variations. And that's okay. I'm not trying to get them to be right yet. I'm trying to get them to make this many different sounds. Okay, here's another one. Can you make this one? Long. Okay, and what I'm going to do, what I would do is I say, listen to her, listen to her, listen to her. Can you hear the differences? Oh, yeah. Listen, yeah. Could you say, and she says it, could you make it like her? Could you make it like him? Could you make it like those people there? So the model that we're aiming at can pop up anywhere. Could you say that sound again? Here we are. Okay, make it again. All right, what was the first one? And this one? Now, watch carefully. I'm going to get this one down. Whoop, got it. What's this sound? Now I'm going to put it here. What is it? Can you still see it? Okay, there, all right. Now this one here is here. You got it? And this one? Okay, this one? Okay, so now we have to make a little experiment. First, say this sound. Go very slowly over here. Can you feel your lips moving from inside? Okay, now put your finger here and your thumb here and say this sound. What moves? What's the change? Okay, you can feel the lips becoming smaller. And what are the lips doing here? Okay, wide or smile or spread, yeah. Okay, second experiment, make this sound. Put your finger against the lips. Speak. What do you notice against your finger?
Moves forward.
Lips doing, what are the lips doing? Forward, yeah. Are the lips forward here or here? There, okay. And what are the lips doing here?
Back.
Back, okay. So I'm asking, all this is questions to the student. It is all discovery for them. So they have found, yeah, the lips move, they can make the difference in sound. The lips move, the lips are back here, the lips are spread, the lips are forward there. Experiment, so that's button number 1.
Now, after watching this video, my question is, what is Adrian Underhill doing in this video? What skill is he teaching? Is he teaching us, or is he using a receptive skill or a productive skill? If you take a look at the video, you'll see, or if you watch it again, you'll see that he was doing some physical movements, some physical activities by using the lips, the tongue, using some points or marking points, how to produce the sound starting from sounds you already have. And this happens also with a lot of people who cannot start the word with w or y. Like they always say, for example, I hear it in Germany, I hear it in Ukraine with Russian, Ukrainian, German speakers. They say, instead of saying we will, they say we will, because they cannot start the word with this sound we. So what he's doing here is actually not a receptive skill. It's a productive skill. He's teaching you how to produce the sound, how to make it sound as perfect as possible. Could simply tell you, okay, it sounds we, the, for 2 centuries. But it doesn't mean you will be able to produce this sound. And this is the difference between the native speaker only native speaker and the native speaker as a teacher. Because I don't want people to think that I'm against native speakers. I'm a native speaker of my language, which is not English. But my problem is with the wrong idea that a lot of people have, that native speakers definitely are great teachers, which is wrong. And again, as a native speaker, you learn the language as a baby. But you hear it, and you can produce it. As a baby, it's much easier than as an adult. Now, why do people have this idea? Why do a lot of people, and I didn't say teachers, a lot of people have this idea? Because from day one, their idea or ideas about teaching are wrong. Why are they teaching? Let me be honest with you. Why are they teaching? They are teaching because they are bored at home. They are teaching because their husband or their wife work the whole day and they are bored alone at home. Okay, let's try. It's like a lottery. Let's try teaching. We go to the classroom, we speak for an hour or a couple of hours, and then we go. This is teaching. This is my experience. This is what I have experienced during my teaching career. They don't take up teaching because they want to be teachers, or they want or they have the skills or the potential to be teachers. They take up teaching because they are bored, or maybe some of them retired and they don't want to do anything, or they have nothing to do. They don't have a garden to take care of their plants. Okay, let's teach. And this is it. Teaching is not only about giving a lecture or sharing our great knowledge. It's not only about that. The result for such, such a disastrous theory is that we have nowadays a lot of courses. For example, crazy courses come from nowhere, out of nowhere. For example, you have a grammar and conversation course. By the way, it's going to be my next topic. Grammar and conversation It's a whole course. Grammar and conversation course. Yeah, of course, because in normal courses, we don't have grammar and conversation. We don't teach grammar and conversation. We don't teach, no. In normal courses, we teach belly dance. We teach cooking. But grammar and conversation, no. That's why we should have a special course, a course only, dedicated only to grammar and conversation. They don't know that in almost every course we have the vocabulary, we have the grammar, we have the speaking, we have the conversation, etc., and so on and so on. People say, oh, grammar and conversation, oh, perfect, oh, let's go and speak. There is a mix between the normal course that every normal human being knows and the speaking club. The speaking club, which takes place once in 2 weeks or once a month, when people share or review or practice what they have been learning during the month or during 2 weeks. And yeah, it could be with a native speaker. It's also okay. But to have a special course dedicated for grammar and conversation, it's like having, going to the kitchen or eating just for the sake of, but we eat food. Yeah, of course we eat food. What do people usually eat? Air, papers. Yeah, we eat food. That's what we eat. And people would believe. People would follow them. So guys, that was my vision, or let's say my experience with these, let's say, wrong ideas. And it's really bothering because in our job, we have met with a lot of people, with dozens and dozens of people who have the same idea. And to have the same, or to have this idea again is okay, is bad, but to transfer this idea to your students, this is very, as I see it, very destructive. So if you have any stories or any experience to share, if you have ever been in this situation, if you have heard it from someone, if you want to share what you think about that, please don't hesitate to do so in the comment section. Thank you very much for watching, and see you later.